Final Fantasy has arrived on GeForce Now and it's come as a bit of a surprise. The demo for Final Fantasy 16 is here, and it's great to see that Square Enix seems primed and ready to support GeForce Now full steam ahead. First with Visions of Mana releasing real soon, followed by Final Fantasy 16, although I do need to point out that technically we don't have official confirmation of it arriving day one just yet, or at all really, but the demo being on the service and the title opting into GFN does seem like a pretty good sign of it happening. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about it soon. To me, that's pretty much official confirmation without having to officially confirm it, but I do think I need to put that note out there. Regardless, let's check out the demo itself and talk about the experience playing it on GFN. Everything you're seeing here is running off a GFN Ultimate instance at ultra settings at 1440p with motion blur turned off. Right away I can tell you that the game looks absolutely amazing. It's got some great design and art direction, but the quality of the visuals really do shine through. Better yet, the experience is extremely smooth, with the frame rate easily sustaining well over 120 FPS during most parts, with just a few dips here and there. And do note, that's with the feature of frame generation turned off. Turning it on will net you well over 120, leading to almost the 200 FPS mark, so the choice is there if you want it. For comparison's sake, I gotta say this is a huge leap and improvement over the PlayStation 5 version of the title, which even on performance mode would have dips during combat sections. The icon battle you're seeing in particular right now in the background was pretty guilty of it, but I gotta admit, it's great to see just how much power GFN Ultimate can bring to the table here, seeing just how buttery smooth it handles it. It's definitely got me considering a second playthrough on what feels like the definitive version of the title. Now when it comes to gameplay, it's certainly a bit different than most mainline entries into the franchise, choosing to go more with a Devil May Cry, Kingdom Hearts type of feel. The combat itself being really easy to pick up and play with enough depth to really sink your teeth into. I'd highly recommend giving it a go. Personally speaking, I think it certainly lands the shot on what they were aiming for. One thing that hasn't changed though is the focus on story, and man is the demo just the beginning of an absolutely epic adventure to be had. For those worried that the gameplay may be too difficult or just not something you're entirely interested in learning in depth, the game does offer a story-focused option which makes the gameplay much easier with auto-dodging mechanics, so you can work through it easily and enjoy the story at your own pace. I do also need to give a huge shout out to the sound design of the title, seriously impressive stuff, and the scoring of the boss battles and encounters are some of the best out there in gaming. Seriously can't say it enough, but the music really does just make everything feel even more epic and grand in nature. All in all though, I can't say enough good about the Final Fantasy experience and its addition to GeForce Now. And when you combine the two, it's a match made in heaven. I highly recommend checking out the demo for yourself and picking up the game, as it's well worth it in my opinion. And by the way, don't worry about any spoilers, as the demo itself is legitimately just the start of the game. But I do want to take just a second to recognize and celebrate that Square Enix is finally bringing its tentpole franchise to the cloud via Final Fantasy 16's edition. Such an iconic franchise with many stories to tell, and many within the cloud community, including myself, who have been asking for it for some time. Just last week we were discussing the possibility of it arriving along with Visions of Mana, and I'm happy to see that that seems like it's almost guaranteed now. Either way, that wraps up this first look of Final Fantasy 16 running on GeForce Now Ultimate. If you have any remaining questions, let me know down in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer what I can. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button, as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. And as always, I hope you have a great day. This has been Steven from Anytime Anywhere Gaming, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.